I was most definitely a summer camp girly when I was a child. I really loved to do the crafts. I loved to make friendship bracelets especially. I loved to sing the little songs, do the little dances, and be in the little theater productions. But friendship bracelets were always my favorite, so much so that at almost 35 years old, you can still, I don't think I can get my leg up that high. This tripod is really tall, in my defense. You can still catch me wearing a friendship bracelet most of the time. I always believed that you were supposed to make a wish when you tied it on, and then when it eventually fell off on its own or broke, the wish would come true, and I still do that to this day. You might recognize this yarn. This is my leftovers from my Selena Gomez dress recreation video, and I've been trying to figure out what to do with it because I have so much of it left. And for some reason, last night I must have been dreaming about friendship bracelets because I woke up this morning and literally went, I have an idea for a video. Like, I gasped when I woke up, and I picked up my phone and I wrote in my little memos where I have a million YouTube video ideas, friendship bracelet, yarn, rug. So in my head, I was thinking yarn is a heck of a lot bigger than embroidery floss, right? Embroidery floss is like tiny and it makes this kind of much bigger bracelet. So I'm thinking, would this make a rug? I thought for sure at least this would make something like the size of my palm, and that I could then make a few of them and like sew them together and make this really cool 90s, I guess it's not really 90s, it seems like 90s to me because I was a child in the 90s. I think kids still make these, but whatever. This really cool nostalgic rug. Thankfully I did a swatch because I wanted to see how big it would turn out. I used every single one of these colors. And that's what we're working with. I mean, it's big. It's bigger. But I would have to have a lot of yarn and make a lot of these to make a rug. And I do still want to figure out how to make a rug like this at some point. But I was like, man, what could I do with something this size? And then I got to thinking, that is like the perfect size for a headband. How cool would that be? A friendship bracelet headband. So that's what we're gonna do. Now to make something this big, probably about 2 inches long, I used a piece of yarn that was probably like this long, folded it in half. So I'm gonna need quite a lot of yarn to make something that'll go around my head. I don't want it to go completely around my head, maybe about to my ears. And then I'm gonna leave the ends really long and braid them so that there's kind of like a braided tie. But regardless, I'm gonna need a long piece of yarn, or 9 very long pieces of yarn. Let's go with about that much. I have no idea. This might be overkill, but it would be a shame to run out. It's gonna be really hard to manage all of this yarn. What if this isn't enough? I mean, I don't know, I feel like it will be. This much yarn made something like a fourth. Yeah, I think this should be enough. Okay, that left like 0% of a dent in my extra yarn. So let me know if you have any ideas of what I can do with a whole bunch of rainbow colored yarn. I'm gonna go ahead and measure this just so that if it happens to work out and this is exactly as much yarn as you need to make this, I can tell you how much yarn I used. Oh my god. Getting tangled already. Let me just take one piece. This is much better. If you're following along at home, don't put them all together like I had them. That was a nightmare. So let's see how long this red piece is. 60, 120, oh my god, 180, 218 inches. Now I'm going to try to put them together very nice and neatly and purposefully. You can see on my swatch that I messed up the top of it because I didn't have my colors in order. Once you start going, it like puts the colors in order for you. But if you want it to look neat at the top, you gotta like be real purposeful with how you put your colors together. That's gonna be hard with 9 pieces of 238-inch yarn, but I'm gonna try. So these need to be folded in half. I got these strands laid out as nicely and neatly as I possibly can. It's so hard to work with this much yarn. I'm just gonna have to que sera this bad boy and see what happens because I really don't have the patience. So I'm gonna try to keep these in this order, and I want to tie a really long knot, like 14 inches. Hopefully that's long enough. Everything is out of order, I think, but that's okay. I need to tape this to the table. And I need to try to separate these. It might just be kind of wonky at the top. I don't really care. How are you even supposed to tie it so that they aren't wonky? This is wild. Okay, if you don't know how to do this, you're gonna wanna go to YouTube and search Chevron Friendship Bracelet, because this is not a tutorial. It's gonna be real hard for me to teach anybody how to do this on this scale. I'm hoping that these all stay in order. I wrote my order on the fridge so I can look at that and hopefully not get confused. My colors didn't really want to be in this order. I kind of had to force them into this order by just like shoving the knots up as close to the top as I possibly could so it didn't get all wonky. But it does end up coming together in like 2 chevrons, and I'm going to explain how to do the knots here in a second. I've been sitting here doing this for at least an hour. I wanted to get one full rotation of colors done before I started showing the process anymore, so you can actually see the chevron coming together. The colors actually stay in order once you get a few of the chevrons done, so it's going to be easier for me to show you how to do the knots. You take the color that's on the end here, and you're going to tie knots on every single one of these until you get this color all the way into the middle. So when you're on the left side, you take that last color and you make a 4 over top of the string you're going to be tying knots onto. You go under, and then you kind of pull the string up on the side. You want to hold your string tight that you're tying around, and then you pull a knot up on the side. Do that again. You make a 4, pull it through, and you make a knot like that on the side, and then you're done with the red. Then you move on to your next color, make a 4, pull through, tie your knot, make a 4, tie your knot, next color. And you just do that until you get to the middle. And then once you get your starting color to the middle, you move on to the next side. When you're on the right side, you do the same thing except opposite. You're gonna make a backwards 4, put it under, pull it through, and tie a knot kind of on the side. You hold this string tight, you pull your green string up, next color, backwards 4, hold this tight, tie a knot. And then when your colors meet in the middle, you tie them together. You hold the string that's in your left hand tight, and you tie a knot with your right hand twice, and then these two switch places. And that's one chevron. I'm gonna sit here and do this for like 1 more hour, I think, and see how much I can get done, but I definitely am not gonna be able to finish this tonight. I didn't think that it would take me an hour to do 1 cycle of colors, but it's 1, 2, 3, 4 in the morning, make a wish. And I'm gonna see how far I can get by 1, 3, 4. Goodness, it is 2:49 a.m. I've been working on this for almost like 4 hours. Making good progress, but I didn't think it would take this long. I'm like a little over halfway. I've been sitting on the couch doing this for like the past hour or so because I couldn't sit in this hard chair anymore. It was like killing my back. But I made a little knot and put my toe through this loop, and it actually worked perfectly. I think it looks so cool so far. And I've still got a whole crap ton of yarn, so I don't think I'm gonna run out. I'm gonna go to bed now and try to finish this tomorrow. Okay, hi, it's the next morning. So first of all, my boyfriend filmed this and A+ for the cinematics. Here's a shot of my foot. So you can see that I had the yarn on my toe, which works great, by the way. So I did find this process to be honestly very relaxing, and I kind of want to just make a really long one of these and figure out a use for it just for the process. I found it really fun to just like zone out and watch YouTube and do knots. We did it, Joe. Jasper's here to help. He's definitely helping. I did it. I didn't want it to go, stop it. I didn't want it to go all the way around. I just wanted it to come to about my ears. And I'm gonna tie braids on either side so that you can like tie it around your head. Are you feeling crafty? You want me to make you one? Do you want me to make you one? Let me put it on you. I think this is probably going to vary by head size, but mine ended up coming to like exactly 14 inches long. So now I'm going to cut each of these little loops so it's just like free dangling strings. And I'm going to cut these ones on the other side the same length, then I'm going to braid them. Okay, so these strings on the side that I just cut are 13 inches. I'm going to cut maybe like 14 inches off of this side because I still have to knot. Actually, maybe 15 inches. I'm gonna give myself a little bit of wiggle room. I've been saving all my scraps lately. I don't know what I'm gonna do with these, but I feel like they could come in handy for some kind of a project. Now I'm just gonna tie a big knot on this end. Don't stress, do your best. Whatever, it's good enough. So I have 18 strands on each side. 18 divided by 3 would be 6. So I'm gonna do 6 strands in each little braid piece. Now I'm just giving the ends a little haircut. This actually is how they give haircuts in prison. Did you know that? I follow a lady on TikTok who talks about that. The more you know. Okay, it's done. So I ended up like unfurling the yarn at the ends here and it looks kind of crazy. I don't know if I love that, but if you're gonna do this yourself, do whatever you want for the little stringy tie parts, which honestly I do recommend that you make this yourself if you have some scrap yarn. You don't really even have to know how to crochet. You could just go get some yarn from the store. The Dollar Tree sells yarn, and all you have to know how to do is tie knots. It's like so easy, and it was a really like meditative, fun craft. I really got into it, and I really want to make a rug with like some big thick yarn one day. I actually hate wearing my hair up, so this is kind of funny that I made myself a headband. I guess I could wear it with my hair down too, but let me see how it looks. Give you the full experience. Cute, that actually is really cute. It's giving friendship. Okay, now this is cute. This is how I would wear it. My boyfriend said it would match with the dress that I crocheted last week, so I put that on over my clothes. If you haven't seen this video, watch it. I really do think you should make one of these. It was so fun, it was so easy, and you need like so little yarn. So if you just have some scraps laying around, it is the perfect little project to keep your hands and your minds busy. I just did the very simple chevron, but you could look up any kind of friendship bracelet tutorial and yarn it up and make it into a headband, or even like a belt, or even just like a really thick friendship bracelet. The possibilities are endless. This could be like a purse strap. So cute. Thank you once again for watching. I appreciate it. Like and subscribe, do whatever you want. I'll see you next time if you so choose to come back. All right, bye.